You know what, I've been waiting for this opportunity. I'm nervous. Hi guys, and welcome back to Archie Hamilton Racing, where you join me on what is going to be a seriously fun day ahead. Basically, I am venturing out of London in this car to where I'm going to a very special destination. You may all be aware, I used to be, or we could say still kind of am, but not, a professional racing driver. And I did that for many, many years, from aged 8 up to 24, I believe. And then yeah, I stopped and I created a YouTube channel, and here I am. I've been talking to you guys for many times a week and making many videos, and this has been part of it as well. But today I have had a very amazing invite, and that is to take this Lamborghini and take it to effectively what is a job interview, because a team has given me a shot to see just how good I still am, and to see if this can turn into a racing opportunity and get back racing professionally. I've obviously not raced for a couple of years, and have I lost the speed? Have I not? Well, they're going to be testing me. It's literally a full-blown racing simulator. It's absolutely incredible. I'm nervous. We're heading to Kent direction, actually. And what are they going to think when I turn up in this? Well, hopefully they enjoy the surprise and they like it. I'm taking that out of London, turning up. And what are they going to think? I cannot wait for this. What I'm going to do, you know what, I've been waiting for this opportunity to get back racing, honestly, and this is my perfect chance. And the guys who I'm going to see today are Jota Sport, who won Le Mans. Yep, I'm not joking. I am going on their simulator. They've won Le Mans numerous times, and they came second overall like a year or 2 years ago. They are the best LMP2 runners, and they're giving me a shot. Okay, so we have just arrived at Jota Sport, and the Lamborghini is all parked up. I cannot wait to show you inside here. Sam, who hopefully we'll go and see as well, he came out and he was like, mate, how do you have that? Last time I saw you racing, you were driving something completely different. I was like, about that. Anyway, so what he is going to do is he's going to kindly let me go on the sim, and he's got benchmark times for me and all sorts. But like I say, what I've been wanting to do for ages is to show you a bit behind the scenes of the racing part, and it's been a massive story for me to be able to get back racing. So this will tell me so much whether, you know, someone like Jota would give me a drive. If I'm not quick enough, I'm not quick enough. It's not like you can go away and practice, like you just need to be quick enough. One thing you can see behind me, this is an LMP2 car, a shell, and basically what they're doing, they've got upcoming races at Sebring and Le Mans, etc. Sebring is one of the next ones. So they're doing pit stop practice, which is one of the regular things you do in this category. So yeah, this is their pit stop sort of practice thing. You see, like they've got the things for the hydraulics and stuff like that. Sebring, in fact, has like a massively high pit wall, so that's why they've got all of the pit wall over there all set up. So the guys jump over and then they do a pit stop practice, which we're going to show you now. Ready? When you see this is cool. 2, 1, go! Very cool. It's really cool to see that. And then we come inside, everybody. We are here. So this is when it gets very cool, when you're inside like a race team with this much history. Jota has basically won everything. Casual, winning team, LMP2. Yeah, they've won Le Mans, and basically about a year ago they were running second overall at Le Mans, and then it was, I think it was roughly 40 minutes to go, an LMP1 car, Porsche, beat them, but they nearly won Le Mans overall, but they won LMP2 many times, which is the second category. If we look here, we can see some of the amazing achievements which they have got. And Sam Hignett, who is the owner of Jota, was saying that this is the biggest privately owned sort of Le Mans collection ever. This was when the car finished third overall at Le Mans and second overall. That's when they nearly won overall. These are all the LMP1 LMP2 like drivers winners, I believe. And these are the team's LMP2 2014. That was when Harry Tinknell was racing, and I raced in Le Mans that year as well. Lovely. And yeah, look at all this, how it all glows, and all the trophies and everything else. It's absolutely incredible. We'll go a bit further up because I can show you one thing, and that is all the team kind of photos which you do at Le Mans. Every team and drivers on the Monday of the race, of the race week, you go into the Le Mans Centre. The team take the car down, and you have scrutineering, and you all pose with the race with all your crew before the whole week starts. And that is the start of Le Mans, the buzz. It's all about to kick off, which is incredible. And obviously they've got all their pictures and everything else around. Yeah, which is awesome. Harry Tinknell, Harry lad, I know you can be here. He was going to come down with me, but he couldn't be here today. He's too busy winning races abroad. But then you come into the garage, the workshop, and you have an amazing facility, incredible facility which you have here. Where all the cars, at the moment the LMP2 cars are abroad because they're off to America for the Sebring 12 hours, so they're not actually here. When they're here, I'll come back and we can see that before. We have a Mazda, very cool. They do from all sorts of kind of racing as well. And over here is a bare shell, literally a bare shell, of an Aston Martin GT3 race car. They're running with our motorsport. They're basically doing a massive Blancpain series, the main series for endurance racing. So they're running Aston Martins in that, as well as obviously the LMP2 program. So it's a very busy operation which is going on here. Every garage, each race, you have one of these, which is quite cool. And it's quite cool to see that they've literally collected every single one. Yeah, just thought I'd tell you. Yeah, do you know? Is that anything? Yeah. This is Sam Hignett, everyone. This is the owner of Jota, the main man. The successful man behind. Some say. So he is literally the main man behind all of this. This is incredible. The whole operation is mad. Yeah. And everything, and 34 staff here. Yep. You can let me have a go on the sim.
Yeah, we'll let you have a go on the sim. See how good you really are, Archie.
Natural. No, I'm not. No, it should be cool to see and actually get a sense of where I'm at. Next up for you is Sebring.
Yep, next up is Sebring.
Yeah.
So we've got a test at Sebring, 2-day test at Sebring. Yeah. Then we roll into the race. Although before that, we've actually got Bathurst with the GT cars.
Aston Martins.
So the Aston Martins, the 12 hours at Bathurst, which is our motorsport. Then we've got a test at Sebring. Then we're back for a couple of weeks. Then the Sebring 10 hours or 1,000-mile race, whatever it's going to be.
It was 12, now it's getting quicker.
It was 12, now it's got cut down a bit. Yeah. Then we roll, all this equipment comes back to Europe. We got 6 hours of Spa, and then into Le Mans in June. Oh, when we won it first time, yeah, we were 6th or 7th overall.
Yeah.
And then when we won it in 17, we were 2nd and 3rd overall.
Which is unheard of.
And actually the picture behind you by an Australian artist, that tells the whole story of Le Mans. So the 17, the 2 Toyotas caught fire, and we just got pipped by the Porsche at the end then.
How long before the end?
About an hour and a half before the end, the Porsche got past, so...
If only that stayed in the garage. Yes. But you did win in your class. Yeah, and exactly. 2nd and 3rd overall was incredible. Come on, in you come. Everyone come on in. We are basically going into the simulator room here. And what is just loading is Le Mans. So I'm going to have a go around Le Mans in a full-blown LMP2 car, which is just here. And this is when, obviously, my skills are tested. And we see exactly... if I'm still on pace and if they will potentially give me a drive. Here we have the steering wheel, so you have your sort of all your stuff here. Paddles, down a gear, up a gear, radio, blah 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 blah. We have a headset, so the engineers behind, they can talk to me, they can see obviously exactly if I'm... They have live data basically, so they can see exactly how I'm getting on. And then we just go from there. So tight in there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite small. So
2 pedals as well.
So if you want to move the pedals at all, there's 2 switches here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So we're forwards and backwards, and then yeah, there you go.
That's fine. That
everything's all self-explanatory on the wheel and whatnot.
We're ready. Yeah. Cool.
So, and can you talk to me for and then I can talk to you and you can talk to me. So,
yeah, we'll have a nice little conversation.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
We're ready to go. Are you nervous for me?
Mate, you better not have a big shunt, you have a big crash.
Well, I better do it like this rather than doing it in real life. That wouldn't be good, would it?
Talk me through the steering wheel then, because I don't know anything about this.
Neutral, pit, brake bias. So if you want to move your brake bias more to the front or the rear. So let's say you lock up.
Yeah.
and you're locking up a front wheel, then you might want to put your brake balance more to the rear. So then you just obviously put more to the rear.
And what about pedal feel? Does it feel like a real race car?
Yeah. Everything in here is literally bang on.
So it's designed to be as realistic as possible.
Yeah, exactly. So they'll put their drivers on here.
Before a race weekend, if you're learning a track, how much time do you spend on one of these before you go? You know, so let's say, because you've done Le Mans as well, right? Let's say Le Mans, like how much time are you spending on a simulator?
3 times a week, probably easy.
Yeah. How many, like an hour, or are you doing like long
I'll be in there for
stints,
like 3 hours at a time.
Jesus.
2-3 hours. Because a stint at Le Mans, you're in there for 3.5 hours probably.
Yeah. And how close to reality does this feel? When you get into the real car after doing that, 3 times a week, a few hours a day?
Well, you're obviously never going to get the real feel of like, because obviously it comes to the feeling from underneath you, like when the car's moving. But like learning a track and a feeling of getting your eye in, it's perfect. So off you go. I have work Okay, welcome to the sim. I've basically just been doing a couple of race runs around Le Mans, and also I'm now at Sebring. Basically, they've got a 10-hour race which is coming up, so I'm going to be driving the LMP2 sort of model which they've got around there, and seeing how it's going. And basically, I've done a few runs so far, a couple of seconds off in terms of what their main driver was doing on the sim last week, but that's normal. It's just little things, not necessarily being as used to the downforce as you would, like small things like rolling off the brakes early and just using the downforce that this car has. But that sort of things that I'm learning all the time and getting back into that routine. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to talk you through a lap of Sebring, take you around it so you guys can get a feel for it as much as possible for what's going on this lap. It's a very busy lap, it's a very bumpy circuit, but I'm going to talk you through it as best as I can. So let's go for a lap. Okay, we'll go for a main lap now. Over the line we go. Up to 5th. Focusing for turn 1. Trying to get on the power as early as you can. Getting as close to the wall. Braking for turn 2. Using all the area when you get off the brakes. Up to 3rd. Down to 1st for the left. On the power, you can use that curb if you want it. 3rd up to 4th, trying to keep as focused as I can. Braking just off the bridge and not to outbrake myself. Get the curb and then power all the way out. 1st up to 2nd, up to 3rd. It's flat around this left, so just keep it flat at all times. Braking for the right. Brake earlier than you think because you really don't want to outbrake yourself. It's really tempting to. 3rd up to 4th. Carry the speed for the right. Powering on the exit. 2nd up to 3rd. This circuit is just so bumpy, it's ridiculous. Flat around this little left here. Around the right, just trying to use the aero as much as I can. Turn in for the right. Come on! Trying to just keep focused and trying to look at my lap time as well to see how far up or how far down I am. Braking, turning and braking the bumps that you can see, and then on the power as early as possible. And over the line we go.
How long have you been on there for now?
I've been in there for about 3 hours now. I think that's enough.
That's impressive though.
It's hard to talk and drive when you're driving an LMP2 car in a simulator at the same time. But it's been good, and I'm not far off as well. It's just little things. So hopefully I've done enough to impress.
We go have a look at the data against the real driver.
Yeah, we can see the lap time where I'm losing a little bit of time. But honestly, it's just tiny little things. Bringing it back, it's not carrying necessarily more speed in, it's bringing it a step back, trying not to overdrive. That's the key with a racing car. You've got all the downforce, you've got the incredible brakes, use them, and the earlier you brake, the worse the car is. You've got to brake later and roll more speed in, and it's opposite to what your mind's thinking, so I'm always thinking that. But yeah, little things, and yeah, lap times, yeah, not too far off. We're just gonna show you the data, and here, and you can see where the differences are to their pro driver.
Yeah, so here we've got you, so you're the white lines, and then we've got Hopin, who's one of our current drivers here in the red. So yeah, so we'll just take turn 1 for example. So you can see here, you're actually going into the corner faster on this speed race, and you're braking a little bit later than our pro driver. But because of that, you're actually then having to slow the car more and use the brakes more, so your minimum speed is actually slower, and that's also creating understeer in the car here. So you can see the line flattens off. The hairpin at the end of the back straight, which I know you were pretty good into, and as we can see, you don't actually lose much time, so that line's really quite flat, so compared to the pro driver, so you're doing really well there.
So this little section's okay?
Yeah, this section's really good. You're matching the speed, minimum speed and top speed all the way through. That little complex, we could work on, tidy that up a little bit.
That's just minimum speed.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So it's just getting off the brakes, getting on the
power. And that's what I'm saying, that's mainly like the downforce section, not being used to that.
Exactly, yeah. But then yeah, the last corner you're like really good, really strong through, and you actually gain a little bit of time on our pro driver going into the corner. So you can see here, this line drops down a little bit at the top.
Yeah.
And that's because you're going in faster, which is really good, and you're keeping on the brakes really strong. And then you're getting on the power a little bit earlier as well.
Okay.
So the last corner is like really, really good.
Yeah.
Just a few little things and you'll be matching him easily.
There you go. All the data you need. All finished in the simulator. I'm absolutely knackered. My arms and my legs, everything. It is so real, so cool to do, and amazing to show you guys around Jota Sport. What an amazing, kind people they really are to allow me to go on the simulator, to test it as well, to see how good I am and stuff like that. And you're probably wondering, how far off were you? Did it go well? What are their comments? Well, yes, it went well. They were really impressed. So really impressed with my data and things like that. And from this, there is potential, they've said to me, there is potential that I'm going to get a shot to drive the real LMP2 race car, which is amazing. So it couldn't have gone better, really, considering I've been out of this game for a couple of years. To jump back in and be like that is good. I'm happy with my performance. There's a bit to go in terms of, like, I'm not quite race ready, but by the time hopefully I get a test, I'll be fully ready to go. Amazing opportunity to them to even invite me down here. I'll leave all their links down below, follow their journey at Le Mans, everything, and hopefully one day I'll be part of their journey. Fingers crossed. Let me know what you've thought to this video. I've loved making it, as always. Thank you to Patrick behind the lens, who has been come along to film with me. You had to go on the sim, did you enjoy it?
Mate, it's the hardest thing I've ever done. But I can't brake. I need better legs. I should do leg day, really.
Do leg day. It's always good. I'll leave Jota's links below. Check them out. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you all very soon.